Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, this video is not going to be about skunks and cats, but I just have to talk about this because it's hysterical. It's hysterical to me. There are some skunks that come around our door like every morning, and skunks feed at like twilight and dusk, so around like 3 a.m. is when I'm getting up or just about to leave the house. And there they are. They're underneath our tree where I feed the birds. Don't tell my girlfriend this, but I think we're creating the perfect skunk attractor because all the shells and debris from the bird food ends up on the ground, and skunks love to dig for grubs and whatnot. So I think that's what they're doing. So there was a mother and her kid this morning out there. I used to see them all the time, and I saw another skunk, probably a male, kind of chase them off the feeding grounds. But I'll just sit there, take some pictures, say hi guys, how you doing? You know, if you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. My cat mess with them. My girlfriend's cat. So a couple days ago, cat goes outside, almost never goes outside, comes running in, bolt, and must have just got a little dot right here. And it didn't smell that. It smelled bad enough in the house after a while, so we had to wash the cat. It was traumatic. My girlfriend was not excited with me and the skunks and everything else because I was defending the skunks. But it was nothing like if you ever had a dog or an animal sprayed by a skunk big time. They come in the house and you almost pass out. And I had a dog years ago that just would never learn, just over and over chase skunks. Bam. Video has nothing to do with that, but skunks are really cute. What's it got to do with? This is a topic I wanted to talk about for a long time, and I know I wanted to talk about it for a long time because I jotted it down on my phone as list of possible video topics, things I've thought about. And so I got prompted to remember this and go back and look at what did I say here by playing in the playtest with Robert the Narrator with Confessions of a Frustrated Game Master. And I mentioned that before that Jason, Dark Age of Roleplay Games, and myself and one of Robert's friends actually ended up playing in a game of a game that he's developed, like a system he's developed. It was really cool. I don't feel at liberty to discuss the system yet. I believe we're probably going to play some more. Hopefully, get to play in Hangouts. The Roll20 thing was just not working for me because of the lag. It got to the point where I couldn't be in the moment. It was tough for me to follow, but I got to play as much as I could, and I know Robert was really jazzed by our enthusiasm. It was cool. It was a fun game. He's done some really cool stuff with mechanics it's novel to me at least. But he's put some pretty cool economies in the game and solved some problems or addressed some problems or what he sees as problems in some of the mechanics in other role-playing games like D&D and other ones. And it's really cool innovations, or at least they're innovative to me. So I enjoyed the game. And so it got me thinking about one of the attractors for me, like when I buy a game, what am I looking for? I've talked about things like premise. I've talked about system size and all this other kind of good junk, and I'm drawing a blank on the things I've talked about. But I think I talked even about buying stuff from people that you like. Like one of the reasons that I backed the Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea's 2nd edition Kickstarter was that Jeff Talanian was a really cool dude. Is a really cool dude. I met him at a con a little over a year ago, played a game. He was a nice enough guy, and I was interested enough in the game and liked the game enough that I bought one of the last box sets. Where is it? There it is, right there. You can see it. But I immediately backed Kickstarter when it came out. He kind of talked me through, here's where you go to do a Kickstarter, because I'd never done a Kickstarter before. It was cool. Probably spent too much money backing up at the level I did, but it doesn't matter because he's a good guy. I like the game. So I'm happy to spend my money with people that I like, that are genuinely nice people. You meet him as just like a really nice guy, down to earth, all that kind of stuff. Video's not about Jeff Talanian, but so I've also over time started to develop relationships with the Brigade YouTube community, the whole RPG community online, and so people like Robert the Narrator, who's been developing this game for a while and talking about it. I was really intrigued to see what it was like, so I'm glad I got to play once. Hopefully you get to play a bunch more times. Hopefully you'll play on Hangouts and then like broadcast it and then talk about the system afterwards. I know we've been talking about doing that. Things like Bank Barcomo, I know he's been talking about making a system of his own, and he and I have discussed things like the skills and how he was using the ability stats and using something like the Phaser system, but like with a 5-color chart, like in Marvel Superheroes, but different stuff that I'm really anxious to see. Like I like it. When I talk to these guys about their systems they're making, it just sounds really intriguing, and I'm like, come on, go make it. Like, at least show me a prototype. I swear to God, I won't sell out or tell anybody. I just want to see what this thing looks like, because we have some interesting conversations about that. And systems fascinate me, and ones that people have created, probably more creative than me. I'm like, that fascinates me. That's really cool, man. How'd you come up with that? That's a really neat way to address this. And I've seen little bits and pieces of both their games, more obviously of Robert's. I love watching the videos by Multiverso Dystopico, by Marco, where he talks about the trials and tribulations of coming up with an RPG. And I don't know where he is in the development process. And of course, it's going to be in Portuguese because he's in Brazil. So I'd love to get an English translation or something. But I'd love to see what he's done, because it's interesting to see the thought processes of people that are seriously looking at creating role-playing games. Whether they ever see a production or not, you don't want to see a heartbreaker. You'd rather have, everybody's got a heartbreaker, I think. Ron Edwards talks about the heartbreaker. Everybody's got a heartbreaker on a shelf somewhere, some game they came up with. But it's really cool to see the whole process, the creative process, the thought behind it, talking to the people that have made the game. I just even enjoy like some of the interviews or talking to people that have created games that are commercially available. Just how'd you come up with this? What was the thought process behind this? Find that kind of stuff fascinating, and it attracts me even more when there's people that are just genuinely people that you end up liking, and these nice people. I think Angel Drudenfuss is talking about a system as well that she was working on. I don't know any of the particulars of it, but stuff like that I'd love to see. What is it? Let me see. Let's go play. So kind of a bit of a rambly video, but that's one of my other attractors. Knowing some quality people, learning what made them tick, or what makes them tick in terms of how do they create this particular game system. Let's go try it out. So I don't know about you, but that kind of stuff kind of floats my boat. I like to see creativity, and I like to be go ahead and do a little jump start, get involved in it. How about that?